You know, one have not nearly 30 people watching to 6. Yeah.
Well, is it looking better for everyone?
I don't know.
It looks like it's all working fine. Pictures moving. Okay, Neil saying it's looking more stable. Could be the best we're going to get tonight, I'm afraid.
Yeah. It's still bad to what it normally is. I mean, my streams are normally a lot clearer than that. But,
Best we're going to get tonight, I'm afraid.
yeah. We've got sound, we've got picture. We'll just
Sound
roll
or
with
picture.
it. We're going to roll with it. We got up an hour late, but we're here.
Fashionably late.
Yeah, super fashionably late.
It's not always a bad thing.
No. But it's not saying my encoder's overloading at the minute, so hopefully that might have rectified it.
So as long as we don't touch anything, we should be alright. My hands will stay here.
I just can't understand why it wouldn't connect through the Streamlabs. That's the bit that's annoyed me, because I've got all that set up with all the new backdrop and everything, and I've had to just quickly sling all this one up. Well, that's very true, Bill. You're very true there, mate. Anything's better than nothing. Thank you to the few of you that have stuck around and waited for us. I apologise for all the technical issues, but they was out of my hands. I haven't done this for a while, so I maybe missed some, I don't know. But we're here, so if you want to get sharing it out, we'll have a bash and see where we go. So
and hopefully should be good all the way.
Yeah, so as you can see, I now have a new co-host. So if you'd like to do your introductions, let everyone know who you are.
Gavin, a lot of you on here probably will have seen me. I'm normally over on Facebook. I am going to be more active on YouTube, so I will be on it every night. Every Monday you will see me on the Big Mad Vape Show with Shane. I do warn you, sometimes my mouth goes before my head thinks. But at the end of the day, I'm here. Any advice anyone's got, I can try and help them with. I'm just here to be informative and helpful. That's pretty much it. And to make sure I keep my clothes on. Anyone that follows me on Facebook, you'll understand. Good evening, Tom. But I will try not to swear too much.
Oh, don't worry about that. Language isn't an issue on my channel because I've got a terrible foul mouth.
That's perfectly fine, then. Perfectly fine.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely fine there, mate. That's not a problem. So, what are you vaping on tonight, Gav?
I am on all sorts. I rarely stick to one setup. I've got my ME with my Pixie RDA. I think it's absolutely amazing. With some Bueno cheesecake. That's on that setup. On my Hatchet mod with my Rebel, I've got some Monster flavours, cherry drops. And then I've got the Zomo with some Riot Squad. This is a good. I was surprised at how good that actually was. I wasn't expecting a lot. I'm not a massive fan of Riot Squad, but that, if you like your tangerine, it is pretty perfect. And then I've always got a mouth to lung, and at the moment, on some Dr. Vapes and Nick Salts, Purple Ice.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, so what were you on tonight then?
I'm on my Vindicator with my Samo. In that I'm finishing the last of my Just Jam sponge. I've got my Rage with my Dead Rabbit, and in there I've got my homebrew lemon tart. I've got my mouth to lung Coil Art Mage on a massive e-leaf trio, but battery life for about a week.
That's it.
In that I've got a Vimto juice, and I brought out a little blast from the past, Kanga Dripbox 160.
Bloody hell.
With a Hadley, and in that I have some apple pie and ice cream from 110% liquids. And Then I've got my normal squeezer with my pulse, with my home brewed
Yeah.
custard.
Lloydie, it's in the wash, I'm afraid, mate. I'm going to be the person that says it. I am not a massive fan of the dead rabbit. Never have been, never will be. I've tried so many different combinations, the coil setups, and I cannot find a perfect vape for me in it.
I suppose it's one of them, isn't it? Everything's different for
It's a
everyone.
bit like the
It's
drop. A lot of people love the drop, a lot of people hate the drop. I
yeah,
love the drop,
I love the drop.
hate the
Yeah,
dead rabbit.
I've got 2 drops.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I do prefer the airflow with the drop. I do prefer the airflow on the drop. But I like the dead rabbit for squonking. Simple as that.
It's a good squonker.
It's a good squonker, yeah, and that's all I use it as is a squonker. I never drip it, but it's just always on a squonker. And it suits the range because I've got a nice big chunky build in there that I run on bypass mode, so
Yeah, perfect.
it
No, I love
works.
bypass mode. Too many people look at the setting and they don't want to educate themselves, they just leave it, don't get involved in it.
Bypass mode's the way forward. It's
Yeah.
the future.
It is the future.
I think every dual battery mod should have a bypass mode. You know, if you like a nice, warm, dense vape, then bypass is the way you need to be going, hands down. And I'll have to admit, I was very slow getting on the bypass. It was a friend of mine from up at Steammaster, Jess, who got me onto the bypass on the Rage, and ever since then, I used it on multiple different setups.
Yeah, if you've got a setup, if you've got a regulated mod that works bypass well, you're laughing. Like, I'm amazed. This in bypass, I've not got it in bypass at the moment just because I've got a mouth to lung on top. But when you put a single coil like the drop solo on that bypass,
Yeah.
amazing. It's perfect all day vape. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
But then you don't get 5-day battery life out of it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, with bypass, if you're not worried about battery life, then bypass is definitely the way.
Yeah. Evening, Mick.
Battery life's
Even
never been an issue for me really. Battery life, if they run out, they run out. I've got plenty of extras.
I always carry my bag for work is full of batteries.
Yeah, same here. I've always got a battery. Well, I've got a charger in this room, in my bedroom where my setup is, and then I've got a charger in the lounge where I build my coils. So
I am, like people are saying, doesn't leak the flavour. I am a absolute flavour whore. I've never been one to sit here and go, I want big, massive clouds, because it gets in the way of the TV. I am out and out a flavour whore.
I'll admit, some nights when I've been sat watching films or whatever, and I've been vaping too much, you struggle to see the telly.
You
So,
can't sit there doing that.
Yeah, when I'm sat watching the TV at night, I tend to chill with more of a mouth to lung.
Yeah, mouth to lung pod systems. I'm absolutely loving the Orion at the moment. That is, if I'm watching a movie or being a child and playing Xbox, that is all I will use.
Yeah, I've not tried I've not tried the Orion yet, to be honest.
It's good. Wouldn't turn around and say it's the best pod system on the market. You need to play with e-squad to get the best out of it. That's the thing that no one ever tells you. Everyone will go, I'll get one of these out of the box, it'll be perfect. Use the replay mode. If you don't use e-scribe, you don't know how to adjust the parameters of the wattage, you're not going to get the best out of it. And for the money you do want out of the box, a lot of people ain't going to look into all of that.
See, I like my Mi Pod. I've got a Mi Pod, and I've also got multiple other pod systems. I've got the Pulse, the Limitless Pulse Supply Rock one, a Mini Fit. The Mini Fit is a great little pod system for the price.
Yeah. See, I'm loving the Zel2. I use that quite regularly. And the Breeze 2. I don't think, for the price, the Breeze 2 is a good little thing. You just chuck it in your bag.
Yeah, see,
Not worry too much about it.
I like the original Breeze, I'll be honest. But the reason I like the original one is because you have the docking battery.
Yeah.
So you could go a whole day without charging it, without any issues.
See, that is why that is my go-to. Just because I'm lazy. I know it's one thing, you literally do that, take a battery out. But there's something I don't want to be doing.
Yeah.
The Vladin. Like, a lot of people absolutely love the Vladin. It's the same way that a lot of people absolutely love this at the moment because they've all got it from the same place. The Vladin, in my eyes, is a bit crap. I'll probably get a lot of stick for that, but in my eyes, the flavour's muted. Battery life's pretty good. I think that's about it. I think I prefer the dual to that.
That's a statement.
No, it is a statement.
I've not tried the Vladin, I'll be honest.
For the price that everyone's getting for it, you can't really complain about the price. But for me, around the same price, there are better options out there, especially if you're using your Nick salts.
Yeah. Yeah. I noticed a question a minute ago. Where was it? There we go, from Mr. Neil Cozens. How did I get into building? Right. I got into building because I was sick of buying coils, basically. I have a very limited income, and when I first started vaping, I was using the Aspire coils, which are a better coil than some, and I wasn't greatly enjoying the flavour, and that I thought it should have been better. And I saw a video on how to rebuild the little BVC coils, and that's how I started. Started rebuilding them, and then from that I thought, okay, let's try something a bit different, and watched a few YouTube videos, and that was it. It went from there and just spiraled to what it is now.
Yeah, that's how the birth of big boy coils. It's a lot of people. I mean, this time of the year, you get a lot of new starters, and I don't think a lot of new starters realise just how bad stock coils used to be.
Yeah.
There was no flavour. You would get, if you were lucky, a week out of a coil, but the flavour the first day was good. Then after that,
it just went down quick.
Worse and worse.
Yeah.
And it was like most people that have been vaping anywhere, I'd say from a year and a half upwards, they will all say the same thing. They started with stock coils, and they realised, I don't like the flavour, or I'm buying coils, I'm wasting a lot of money. You're still saving money rather than smoking the stinkies, but people don't realise, in your head, you just think, I'm throwing a lot of money away with this.
Yeah.
So then a lot of people buy wire. They buy an RDA and they go from there. And YouTube is everyone's best friend with it.
It is.
Even in the end.
I mean, unfortunately, though, there's a lot of newbies don't realise the size of the vaping community on social media and YouTube.
Yeah.
So we need to be making people more aware of the presence of vaping on these platforms, so that the newbies know that there's somewhere to go to find out whatever they need to find.
So James has just had a good question. What do you prefer, single coil builds or dual coil build for all-out flavour? For me, I love single coil. You just seem to get more concentrated flavour, but it does depend in your setup.
Yeah.
Drop solo is good. The airflow on that is quite airy, but it's restricted enough. You do get good flavour, which is why at the moment I'm raving about this, because it is a single coil, very restrictive.
What's that one?
And the flavour on it, it's phenomenal.
What's that one?
The Pixie RDA from
the Pixie Vatefly, yeah. Yeah, you see, I mean, it varies for me, because I like, when it comes to a mech, I like a dual coil.
Yeah.
Just because it suits the way I build. I mean, at the minute I'm running one of my 21700 Mech Alien builds in here, which is a 0.4 Nichrome 80 square wire, 3 cores with 36 gauge nichrome 80 fuse, 3.5 mil 4 wrap, comes in about a 0.08 on a 21700, which gives fantastic flavour, fantastic performance.
And decent battery life as well when using 21700.
But then I can go from that extreme to, in the Hadley, I've got a new coil that I'm playing about with, which is a micro Fralian, which is 8 ply of 0.2 mil ribbon with 32 gauge frames and a 40 gauge fuse. So it's all down to the atomizer, I think.
Yeah, it's like a lot of arguments with mechs. I love my mechs. I've always two-hand got tubes everywhere. At the end of the day, they do boil down to do the same thing. It all does depend on what's on top and the batteries you're using. I've always said that. Your build makes up your entire vaping experience.
Definitely.
Yeah, surface area. Neil's turned around and said all about surface area. I absolutely love aliens.
Yeah.
And it is because you do have more surface area than just a simple wire build. I'm not going to knock it. Like, simple wire builds, a lot of people still use that. There is nothing wrong with that. If it works for you, keep at it.
I mean,
100%.
In my opinion, if you're going to use a simple straight wire build, use a flat wire.
Flat wire, always flat wire.
Because you're going to get more surface area to a flat wire. But when it comes to surface area, for me, I like any coil that's got a staple aspect, whether it be a Fralian, a frame staple, a staple staggered fused, anything like that that's got multiple ribbon cores in it, just performs well for me.
Yeah. See, frame staples, I do love frame staples.
Yeah, I do a real nice full nichrome 80 frame staple that comes in at a 0.11, and it's a banger.
It'd be amazing. Matt, I've been saying it since the day the 30Ts dropped. They are a game changer. It just seems to be the industry doesn't want to run with it. They all seem to want to be stuck, and they want everyone to keep buying 18650s. The 20Ss are good. I do love the 20Ss. But if I have my way, everything will be 21700.
Absolutely. I mean, I was a bit disappointed because I was when the topside came out and I heard that the Dual was coming out pretty much straight away. I was like, right, I'm not going to buy the normal topside. I'm going to wait for the Dual. And then when it dropped and I find out that it's only 18650, I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Kick in the teeth.
That completely disinterested me then. It's like, nah, I don't want to know. I'm not going to buy one. Because I wanted the Dual 21700 Swanker.
Yeah, that would, in my eyes, that would be my perfect setup. I don't mind that it'll be bulky. I use this quite a lot. I like my series boxes. I don't mind the size.
No.
Give me Dual 30T. I will bang a mouthful on top, and I can go travelling. I can go away for 2 weeks, knowing full well all I've got to do is place juice.
Yeah.
I'll be happy as a pig and shit with that. But it won't happen. In my lifetime, I won't get that.
No. It's going to have to come.
Asking the best cotton is like opening a can of worms.
It's like how long's a piece of string, isn't it?
Yeah. Short and long answer, the white fluffy stuff. It all depends on what you like to work with. Laces at the moment, they have come on leaps and bounds. There are a lot of companies are using laces.
Cotton threads. The cotton threads are pretty good.
Yeah, cotton thread's good. Apex quick laces as well are very good. They last a lot longer than cotton threads. They're a little bit more pricier though.
I think Cotton Gods do a lace one, don't they?
Yeah, they're very good as well.
Well, I mean, I love the normal Cotton Gods cotton. I bought some at Expo and I fell in love with it. Absolutely, love the stuff.
I've got a bag. I've used it twice. I use fuzz just because I've always got tins of it lying around. So if it's there, I'll use a bit of fuzz.
Yeah, I can't fault fuzz either. I've used that an awful lot.
Yeah, Rob. In an ideal world, vape companies wouldn't care about other people. They will just go, Gavin wants the dual 30T. Gavin can have it. I know it's never going to happen. I don't know. It's how the industry goes. You get they're a bit like mobile phones. You'll get everything gets more compact, and now you're seeing everything starting to get bigger. So it's going a bit like tablet phones, etc. So we could have a triple 21700 regulated mod within 2 years, maybe.
Well, I would have had a quadruple parallel 21700 mod
Oh yeah,
if some dick hadn't nicked it when it was shipped to me. But yeah,
I would not mind if I'm holding it like that to vape. I would not mind. I would happily do it just for the battery life.
yeah. But I mean,
Because I am lazy.
I've got hands like shovels anyway, so.
I've got girly palms, but I've got long fingers, piano fingers.
Well, I mean, Bill Burning chat. He made me a custom quad parallel 21700 mod, and it was the first one that he'd done. It was the first one made. He shipped it to me, and the scumbag of a courier half-itched it.
One of a kind, you never get that.
So yeah, I'm a bit disappointed because now Bill's got to remake it. And yeah.
Yeah, Tom, it's the only problem with 3D printer, like 3D printed mods. If anyone's ever used a 3D printed mod where they do take dual 21700s, they do tend to get quite heavy and they do not feel very sturdy at all. So I would not like a 3D printed mod with triple.
No.
Fairy finger gav. It is pretty much like that.
That was it. Mine was a Hammond box, proper solid metal box, proper mod.
Yeah. That's right. The Pastry's probably using it.
Yeah. It'll come to light at some point. If it ever came up on a sale site, I'd know it straight away.
It'll be on a Facebook site. I'm telling you, it's probably already on a Facebook site.
Yeah. Well, everyone that knows me is keeping an eye out for it, and if it does crop up, then I'll be notified. But
I'll be keeping an eye out with my wallet in hand.
yeah.
So if anyone finds it, we'll go out.
Well, the price that Bill builds them for, they're well worth purchasing, believe you me.
Yeah, no, Bill, I see what you mean. There are different quality in 3D printed mods. We're quite lucky. I've had some shocking 3D printed mods from China. Shocking to the point that you place it down and you can feel it cracking. It's just, I'm clumsy. For me, I need like a hammer box or my frost box. I love my frost box because I know I could drop it and it'll be perfectly fine. It's gav proof. It's like the Aegis Legend. I love the Aegis Legend simply because it's gav proof. That's it.
I mean, the one 3D printed mod that was mass produced that I really, really do not like and have no love for the company whatsoever is the Rebel mods.
Yeah.
I bought one when they were first released at Vape Jam, and so disappointed. I mean, that thing cost me 185 quid, and
It's the finish.
Yeah, the finish is terrible. No, that's not it. I mean, look, it's all faded. That's the normal black, and then that's the top.
Yeah. Looks like you've left it out in the sun for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, absolute shockingly bad.
See, Stabwood, I look at Stabwood as an investment. I don't think it's very practical. In my eyes, it is a price for what it is, but there is a handcrafted part to it. The finish on them, and you know the Stabwood, it is going to age beautifully.
Yeah.
Just in my eyes, one of them things. If you're a collector, you'll go from regulated where you start, you'll go on to mechanicals, always tubes, and then you will end up at Stabwood if you become a collector.
Yeah.
General mass market. Me personally, if someone bought me a load of Stabwood mods, I'd love them. I will not go out my way to buy a load.
No, no. I think with stabwood as well, it's one of them things that if you've got them, you can be scared to take them out of the house because of the value of them.
Yeah.
You're scared to you're scared to damage them. I mean, I had one. I had it was a squonker, and it got knocked off my table and smashed into a lot of pieces. So yeah.
Where I live, I wouldn't take a bloody smock print stick out, let alone stabwood mod. No, Bill, there's if you look in the right places, there are some absolute bargains with stabwood. They are. It sounds stupid to say this, but they do, to me, a lot of people, if they do use a lot of stabwood mods, it's kind of like a fashion statement.
Yeah.
There's no practicality in it. There's nothing in it that makes it better than, say, a standard tube, series box.
It's just aesthetics, isn't it?
Yeah, they just look sexy. That's pretty much what it boils down to.
I like something that feels sturdy, that feels like it's going to last.
Yeah, I'm clumsy. I like something that I can drop and I know it will be perfectly fine. Which, a lot of things I get sent, they're not practical at all for me. They do break. I probably have more broken mods than I have working mods.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing I've got to say for the Rage. This thing has been like bomb-proof for me.
Yeah, they are perfect little mods.
I sleep in a chair because of my health conditions, and the amount of times I fall asleep with this in my hand, and then it falls on my lap, and then it gets knocked on the floor. And then you wake up in the morning and there's 2 batteries in random places and a battery door somewhere else, and the mod sat there. Pick it up, slam the batteries in, turn it on, away you go. Every time.
Yeah, perfect.
It's absolutely never missed a beat. And I've never had an issue with the battery life on mine either, and I've never updated it since I bought it.
I find a lot of mods, as soon as everyone's like, there's a new update, do the update, blah 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 blah. I do it just because everyone tells me to do it, and then I always find as soon as I do it, it completely and utterly fucks it.
Yeah, well, I know some of the Rages did have issues with the battery management, didn't they?
Yeah, the very first batches there was a lot of issues.
But mine never has. I don't know if mine was a first batch or not, but never had an issue with this one. And this is probably I would say this is my daily driver most of the time.
Yeah.
Just because I know I can nip out and about with a full squonk bottle and not have to worry about taking juice from me.
This tends to be the one that's had the most abuse, but it's got those stupid little panels.
You're the only other person I've seen that owns one of them.
I cannot fault it at all. I get so much hate for using that, but I honestly cannot fault it. It is overpriced.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
A friend of mine, Jess has got one. She's got that. She's been after.
But it works every beat.
She's been nagging. She's been nagging me to try and find the replacement panels because you can get the panels in rainbow.
One second. Where is it? You can also get the panels like Spider-Man.
Nice.
But they're just little stickers on it, so nothing too exciting. I'll have a word with Helen at Zamo for you.
Yeah, because I've seen pictures of the rainbow panels, and she's a rainbow addict. Anything that's rainbow, she'll buy it.
Anything rainbow, I'll have it.
She's terrible.
Just saw Matt Asmodus being one. Asmodus, I have a love-hate relationship with Asmodus. I had a Minikin V2 which worked beautifully for me for about 6-7 months. That died. That was my fault. I dropped it. Got a replacement. It wouldn't register every time I was trying to swipe it. It would not register. Put up with that for about 3 weeks. Bought another one, exactly the same thing. Got another one. That worked perfectly fine until I dropped it, killed it, and every single thing I've had Asmodus since has just not fucking worked for me.
Mm.
And it's always cost a fucking fortune.
I've got a couple of Asmodus ones. I've got the first one I bought has always been my favourite. That was the Oni 167 by Asmodus. That thing's a beautiful mod. Fits lovely in the hand. Nice traditional box mod shape. But having the DNA board in it suits me because I'm a DNA fan. And then I've got the Minikin V2, which I bought second hand off someone. And mine's been fine. I've not had any issues with it.
They're one of them things, you get a good one, they go forever. They're like old Metros. That's what I'll always refer to them as. They are like sea-red Metros. If you find a mint one, it will go forever. You find a duffer, you'll constantly be finding parts for it.
Yeah.
See, flashy lights, that's another thing. A lot of people always comment on things with flashing lights. I don't mind them too much. I know I always switch them off just because they are quite garish, but I honestly don't mind it too much. Honestly, do not mind it. I'm probably the only bloke that will ever say that. I don't mind a rainbow glowing mod.
No, I don't have an issue with it. Probably not something that I take out and about, but I I don't care using it at home.
I don't know. There's a nice bar down in Oxford. Flush is pretty good on a Saturday night, I've heard. Asmodus Stabwood. You're looking, what, 280 odd quid some places?
Yeah, around that mark, like between the 250 to 300 mark.
In my eyes, not worth it.
No, not really, just for the fact that it's in a Stabwood shell. But the internals are the same as everyone else.
As a V2, yeah.
I think the only Minikin one that I've liked in the Stabwood is the original Minikin.
Yeah, but they're like rock and all shit, trying to get hold of them now. And everyone straight away will go, it's Stabwood, it's Asmodus, 700 quid, you can have it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the Vicious Ant stuff, some of that is beautiful. And then when you see the originals and try to look them out, some people, the prices some people are asking for, it's like, buy a decent motor for the same price. Tom, I've been saying it for a while, I do think Asmodus will be the next Sigelli.
Yeah, I mean, Sigelli were great back in the day.
They went off a cliff.
Yeah, just...
You could say of a lot of companies, though. You could say at one point Smock were really good. Then they went downhill big time about 2 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, they're the sort of companies that started it all, aren't they? With like Sigelli, Kanger, Smock and whatever. They was all there at the start producing stuff, and I don't think anything they turn out now is worth a wank, to be honest.
There's no innovation nowadays. It's come to a point that there's not really much more you can actually do, unless the only big things that can change will be battery setup. So it will be the batteries that will have to improve before there's any more true innovation within hardware, which is where when the 21700s became a thing, I just assumed that everyone would be like, now's the time for some more innovation instead of just copying our last with a fresh paint job. But it's not quite happened yet.
No, especially
Smock or smoke? Smock.
Smock.
There's no
E.
There's no E. If you go speak to Smock at any expo, they will turn around and say to you, smoke.
Yeah, because it used to be Smoke Tech, didn't it?
Yeah, and then you just say to them, there's no E, and then they'll go, oh, Smock. Every time.
Yeah.
I say it every time I see them at an expo. Cool Fighter 100. See, that was an absolute workhorse. It still is a workhorse. I've probably got one somewhere, and I guarantee it will still work.
Yeah, I've got a Cool Fighter 4 that's just keeps going.
Yeah, perfect. Oh, now people are being pedantic. It's not Smock either.
Trust you, Irish.
Smock.
Yeah. Just type something in chat, Gab, and then I can make you a moderator. Then, just while I think about it.
I'll put something nice rather than what I normally do. Innikin is a great brand. Innikin, the Proton that came out last year, I absolutely raved about that. But then it had the same problem with a lot of mods. The actual door hinge on it went for me, but I did have a good 4 or 5 months solid use out of it. It's very rare that I get a lot of use out of something because I do reviews on Facebook, so I'm constantly new hardware. So it is rare that I'll get anything that I'll keep hold of and use extensively for longer than a month, and that I used for good, I think about 4 months, and then the actual door went on it. Get stripped your spanner, someone else gets one.
Did you have a spanner, Bill? You can have a spanner, Bill. There you go. I didn't realise that you ever had one.
No, you did have one. Someone took it. No, Tom, it's one of the things, a lot of people, especially this time of the year, because you do have people that are coming over from smoking to vaping, and they always ask me, what's a good mod? And then a lot of people ask, I want something second hand, what should I keep an eye out for? Always. If you see a cool fire, grab it. No matter what price, because it will be cheap as chips, it will always work. Grab one. It is a perfect starter mod.
Yeah.
And you'll have it till I'll probably get buried mine.
Yeah, well, I bought mine for my ex-wife to try and, as a starter setup, to try and get her onto vaping, but she never succeeded, and she ended up giving me it back. So I sod it. I use it. Yeah, I use it and stick a mouth to long tank on it, and job's a good one.
G-Priv 2. See, I love my G-Priv 2. That's probably after God knows how many smock products were shit, where they'd auto fire, back doors would fly off, paint would come off. I come across a G-Priv 2, thought that's going to be shit. Instantly, I was like, no, kept putting it off. And I still use mine at least once a week. It does not want to die.
I have to hold my hands up and say I've never owned a smock product.
Oh, I've had too many of them.
Never owned one. There's never been anything that Smock have released that I've thought, oh, I like that. So I've just never owned one.
Very, very rare that you'll get one and you'll go, that is going to be my day-to-day. If you're a starter, then it's why it sells so well, because if you are a starter, you don't really care what's in your hand as long as it works. I've had probably, the amount of smock I've gone through, I've probably had one that actually had any serious issues that wasn't gav related. Everything else pretty much has been what I've done. So the quality is kind of there, but they're not the best.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% a smock hater. I don't mind them. I think they have a place in the industry. I wouldn't go out my way to go buy one.
No. I think the companies like Smock, they produce a lot of stuff that's ideal for the starting vapor, or for the vape. You know, with the Infinex and stuff like that, brilliant pod system, and then you've got the stick systems, which are your next step up to your dual batteries. So they're covering every aspect of it, really.
And they've even got a mech.
Are they?
Bag of shit, but they've got a mech. Yeah, Rob, it's Smock. To be fair, they have been banging out the same shit for ages, and then when they released this with the new stock coil, it is okay, but I know they'll just literally redo that same coil for the next probably 2 years. And it will be literally, oh yeah, this has happened, this is new. Nothing will be fucking new. It'll be just a different paint job. That's it.
Yeah, more than likely.
Bill, don't call that a mech. Technically it was a mech. I would never advise anyone ever grabbing it, but it was technically a mech. I'd be more likely to advise someone to literally get a battery and a bit of copper wire.
Yeah, that's not a mech. That's a mech.
Yeah, exactly. Less voltage drop there.
Mm, I absolutely love this thing. Use it daily.
See, my daily mech will always be my Apex. Um, Believe it or not, I haven't cleaned that in a month and a half now.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. And they are releasing a 21700, so that cheered me up
Yeah.
to no end.
Yeah, when it comes to 21700 mechs, it's my Brizzo, my Vindicator, and my Dreamer.
Yeah, the Dream was amazing. Have you tried the Cryptic?
No.
No, the Cryptic's pretty amazing. I'll have to post it up to you so you can have a play around with it.
I think I've seen one. I think Joban's got one, hasn't
Yeah,
he? Yeah. I saw him put a
it's
video up using it.
it's somewhere. Probably at work, but that is a good, solid
Mm.
21700, which is how, in my eyes, the industry needs to go.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I mean, especially when you've got a reliable battery company making a fantastic cell. You know,
Yeah,
you got.
and they're good price. They
Yeah,
are a
they
good
are.
price
They
point.
are, yeah.
Very good.
You know, I mean, if I was running a dual 21700 Squonker, I'd be using 40Ts to get longer battery life.
Yeah.
Um, and then in anything mechanical, it's always a 30T.
Cannot fault them. It was the fucking pipe bomb. Bill, there's a reason why they're quite hard to try and track down now.
Mm.
They're in bits and pieces all over the world.
They've all exploded some one way or another.
There's probably someone at the JR in Oxford that's got a bit of it in their leg.
And if they have, if it's stuck in the bone, they'll end up with what I had.
Bill, in all honesty, the only thing I ever clean on any of my mechs are the threads and the contacts.
Mm.
I'm not fussy about everything being clean, 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 because I know as soon as it's clean, 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 I've got to clean it again once I've used it. As long as the threads are the most important thing and the button,
Yeah.
then I'm happy. But I probably will send you a load just so you can clean them. Then I put them in a box.
I mean, I do like my mechs clean, but I also tend to stick to stainless because I don't like having to clean brass and copper, and I don't like the smell that dirty brass and copper put on your hand.
Yeah.
It's just, I can't, no. It's like 1p and 2p pieces. They're dirty money, in my opinion. I don't like it.
You're just too rich for us, aren't you?
I wish. Just never been a fan of
Bill,
brass and
scratched
copper
up.
mods.
Now we're talking. If you can sort out scratched up mechs, we'll talk.
Some Renaissance wax on there.
Yeah, Renaissance wax. I had a mishap with some of that. I had a new rug. And I thought I'll be all nicey. Sunday used to be my day that I'd sit there, put new builds and everything. I'd clean everything that was too grubby to go out in public with. And a nice new rug went all over the rug. Mrs. wasn't happy. Cost me another fucking 160 quid to get a new rug.
Mm. Yeah, you certainly wasn't in favour then at that point.
No. I think that's why I don't clean all the time now.
I mean, I've got an authentic Mad Dog up on the shelf there that's solid copper, which Mike's Mex gifted to me, and I've not used it yet because I'm waiting to get it patinaed. I want to get it force patinaed.
Yeah.
Then I'll use it because I won't have to put up with the copper smell.
Just get a bit of black spray paint, it'll be alright. Mat it up.
No. I'm thinking it's meant to be going over to the States at some point. A guy called Matthew Carruthers is going to force patina it. He does some fantastic work.
It's just one of them things. Yeah, silver plate it. I like Bill's idea there.
Yeah. If you're paying for it, Bill.
Yeah, you definitely would not be taking it out the house.
No.
Tom, the problem, see, that's another thing. Everyone's like, clean it, clear coat it. I fiddle. I pick every single little thing. This, I have taken where I've just been fiddling with it in my hands. I've been taking the finish off of all of that.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice them doing it.
I don't have a lot of luck with clear coated stuff. I had I had a stainless tube and a copper one in the past that I did. I'd inked it with alcohol ink, did all fancy stuff on it, and give it a real good clear coat finish. Didn't last.
Never lasts.
So I'd rather have it patinaed or done professionally, so at least it lasts.
Irish, I just want to make something clear right now. If you met my missus, you would not do anything like that on purpose. She's about waist height, but she jumps like Kobe Bryant, and she's good with her head. That action. You would not mess with her.
She's like a little fucking bit of dynamite.
Yeah, a little pit bull. She is like a little pit bull, and I'm hoping she never watches this, because my nose won't be like this for much longer.
It'll look more like mine.
Yeah. Rob, I'm the worst fucker for it. Not last year, the year before, I had a nice mech collection, and then one day I woke up and I just went, I don't want to use a mech, I don't feel safe, and I just gave it all away. And I used nothing but regulators for about a year. And now I've fallen back in love with mechs again. I will, every time I see a nice mech, I will grab it. And I know in about a year's time, I'll get bored and I'll go, I don't like mechs.
Yeah,
and I'll buy all the smocks from behind Tom's bloody sofa.
I've always used mechs from quite early on, to be honest. People are like, well, why do you use a mech? What's the difference? It's like, well, I just prefer that instant hit that you get from a mech.
Instant power. I also find like a lot of people will probably argue with me because it is, you do certain flavour notes, you do pick out certain flavours are accentuated, like with this all day long. I've said to everyone that's tried this and they've gone, is it good for regulated? What do you use it on? And I always say single coil mech, because you just get that instant fire. It just does something with the flavour notes and it just makes it, in my eyes, 10 times better. I do think with a lot of juices, there are particular setups you need to build to a certain flavour profile, which does vary from company to company. But I do think nowadays, especially with regulated mods that have bypass, you don't get the exact same effect, but you do get a very similar vape.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to use a lot of bakery and dessert flavours on my mechs. I think that heat that you get from a mech accentuates a lot of the notes in a bakery juice. You
get like a caramelisation, like an added effect to the overall. It works really well with certain juices, but then certain like custards, I do prefer, if I'm using like a custard, I always build a lot higher. Like on a tube, I'll probably build it at 0.2 if I'm vaping. If I fancy a custard, it'll probably be dual set up about 0.2, very slow ramp up, but for me, it's a perfect even vape for me. Oh, Bill, yeah, easily. 400 watts, perfectly fine.
No, it ain't, Rob. You're just a pussy. Rob doesn't like my bypass mode. He tried it in the vape shop the other day and it nearly knocked his head off because he wasn't ready for it.
It's like when you give someone a series box the first time, they've just literally, oh, I vape, I'll do you, mate. No worries, down the pub. You see they've got like a smock stick or something, and you go, oh, have a go on that. Let me know what you think about it. First thing I do.
Yeah, they don't expect it.
No.
But that's why I like that sort of vape, that nice warm. I like a warm vape, I always have done.
I've not got a set vape throughout the entire day. That's why I've always got so many bloody setups. I do need to get a bum bag to carry around. Because I'll always use a mouth to lung. I've used the mouth to lung since I've started vaping. I've never had time. I've not had a mouth to lung. And then I will always have a tube because I love my tubes rather than the series. And I'll always have a regulator on me, always. And I will, throughout the day, go through all three of them. And they all do completely different things.
Yeah.
But it's what works for me.
Well, Tom, if you vape tobaccos, get in touch with me. Because I make an amazing tobacco juice. Just saying.
Is it a straight tobacco or is it tobacco cream, tobacco honey?
It's a tobacco with vanilla, coconut, and cinnamon Danish.
The coconut sounds intriguing, that.
It's very, very nice. It's actually one that at the minute I'm looking into having it produced to sell.
You cannot beat a good tobacco. I know a lot of people, they start vaping to get away from smoking. And then a lot of people go, I never used to like the taste of smoking. I'm so happy. 100%, I enjoyed the taste of smoking. I didn't like the rest of it. I didn't actually like smoking. I didn't like the smell of it, nothing. I just enjoyed the actual taste of it. So I do like a good tobacco. But you get some tobaccos where it tastes like wet dog ends.
Yeah. No, Bill, you don't like a warm vape. You like a nuclear vape. I mean,
I'm guessing that Bill likes a series mod with a 0.2 build on it.
Bill vapes a triple stack dreamer. Bill also drips 50 milligram Nick salt.
Really? What's wrong with you, Bill?
Bill has asbestos lungs.
Yeah, fucking hell. There's iron lungs and there's Bill.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Bill is next level shit.
See, Bruise Brothers Black Reserve, I really, really enjoyed that. Another one which is very nice, if you like your tobaccos. Vape Dodo Wild Tobacco. It's very similar to the Black Reserve, but the tobacco's a little bit fainter in it.
Well,
so it's more of an all-day vape.
A Bruise Bros is actually made in the town where I live.
Feel sorry for you. Oh yeah, Lincolnshire.
Yeah.
They're lovely lads and arseholes. But they do know their shit.
Yeah, I actually own one. I own one of their mech mods, the Blood Axe.
Yeah, I've got a Blood Axe and I've got a Mercy as well from LOB. I won't show you that because anyone that is a little bit OCD will probably kick off about it. Yeah. It's probably that colour, basically.
Nice.
Yeah, it's well patinaed. Of the brown kind.
Yeah, my Blood Axe is very similar. It needs cleaning. It's not been cleaned for about 6 months, I don't think.
It's one of the mechs that it's got a lot of haters, and all the haters, when you ask them, what do you have on it? They can never quite tell you. So I don't actually think they've ever used one. Everyone I know that owns a Blood Axe absolutely loves it and will never get rid of it.
No, I think it performs fantastic.
It is an amazing.
It's nice and solid. You know, it feels like you've got a bit of quality gear in your hand when you're using it.
Yeah, the Mercy it's kind of like their upgrade to it.
Yeah.
Wow, it's 18650, so it's not a complete upgrade. I did kick off by that.
I like,
but it is solid.
The button on it's great. The way your finger just falls straight in the button to fire it.
Yeah. It feels beautiful in the hand. There's a lot of workmanship gone into that. That's what I enjoy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've actually been talking to Jake about producing my juice for me. So,
if you have a word with them, definitely have a word with them. Try out their Kratos, which is one of the new ones, and also the Custard Dynasty. Not Custard, Holy Trinity.
I've tried the Holy Trinity. It's gorgeous.
Amazing mixes. Kratos, in my eyes, is one of the best mixes that come out last year.
Yeah,
because it's one of them mixes you can't quite put your finger on exactly what's in it.
Yeah, that Holy Trinity is gorgeous. I've tried that. Rob's got a bottle at the shop, and I tried it, and I was very impressed with that one. Which one was it of theirs? I also like. I like the straw biscuit split as well. Yeah,
that's very nice. The only one I don't like is their Iced Gush, because I cannot do grape.
Yeah, I'm not a
grape. Grape's got to be special. If it's not special and it doesn't really taste like grape, I will not vape it at all. That is a grape, but it doesn't taste like grape. It tastes more like a blueberry, so I don't mind it.
when it comes to grape, have you tried the Eternally Grapeful from Coil
Yeah.
Brew?
Don't like it.
No.
Nah, really didn't like that.
So that's a
I've had a
grape.
lot of grapes.
That's a grape that I can vape. I don't mind that
Yeah.
one. What about Grapist from Blow?
Yeah, I enjoy that. Jack's very good. Yeah, there's one that I cannot stand from Jack. Here's Black Widow.
Yeah.
And everyone tells you're fucking wrong, blah 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 blah.
Yeah. No,
That's the
I
best
like the
juice in the
Black Widow.
world.
I wouldn't say it's the best juice in the world, no way. But I can vape it. It's not a juice that I can vape on a mech or anything like that. I have to have it in a tank. To
Stock
me,
tank.
it's a tank juice for me.
Yeah. See, I do
Otherwise,
love my RTA, but I will not put that in an RTA. That will go in a stock tank.
Yeah.
It'll go in a stock tank. It'll go in a TFV8.
mm,
And then I'll go, oh yeah, that's all right.
it just
Pretty much like most grapes.
for me, the Black Widow, it mellows that hit down a little bit for me.
Yeah.
It's a bit too strong for my taste profile.
Tom, it's because I do a lot of juice reviews and I have the same. Like every time a juice comes in, that's great, and I slag it off. I always get the same thing. You're just saying that because it's great. You'll know you do juice reviews. You've got to be broad-minded. If it's a flavour profile you don't like, you know if it's a good mix,
Yeah.
regardless of if you like it or not. You straight away
yeah.
know if it's a good mix.
Yeah,
A lot of grapes that are on the market that sell very, very well. They are poor mixes, but they sell well to the mass market.
Yeah. And a lot of that it's all hype.
Oh yeah,
It's all hype sales. Yeah. It's companies know how to build something up. I mean, I think one of the biggest letdowns I've had was the last juice review I did was Fat Fog. And I was very disappointed, if I'm honest. I wasn't blown away by any of them.
I think the last I was very disappointed with was the latest from Nasty Juice.
What, the berries? The berry one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no, Six Licks actually. Six Licks time after the latest Six Licks was what I was most disappointed with. I was never really a fan of the original, but at Expo with the sensors, when you went in, did you do these sensors at Expo?
Mm.
You go in, put a blindfold on. In my eyes, it was the flavour profiles were absolutely nailed at Expo.
Yeah.
And then they went off, done some rebranding. What they've released now is it's like a shadow of what they showed everyone at Expo.
Oh yeah, I don't think any juice that when it's mass sold is the same as it is at Expo when it first comes out. It's they have their best of the best to display, don't they? And then when it's mass produced, there's little tweaks that are just changed to make it more cost efficient.
Yeah, profit margins.
It's all profit margins.
Yeah. The Bonza Mech. What I found with that is you had to build ridiculously low. And I'm not 100% sure if it's the RDA because I like the original Bonza.
I love the Bonza. Yeah, I've got three of them.
Workhorse.
Yeah, I've got three of the RDAs.
The Bonza Mech, I haven't had a proper play with it yet, but as a setup with 0.9 aliens on it, all I kept thinking was, I think my batteries is dead. Put them in the charger. No, they're fully charged. It's like, fuck me, there's massive voltage drop on this.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people slated Niche when he did his review because he slated it.
Yeah.
And I went up to Niche's house not long back, before Christmas. I was up in Manchester and I called in to drop him some coils off. And he said, have a look at this while you're here. And he got it out and showed me it. And it was, the one that he received was utter garbage. The button, I swear to God, that thing is an accident waiting to happen on the one he got. So I don't know if he got a pre-production or what, but it's horrific. You can only press the button from one side. If you press it from the other side, it sticks and jams in. It's just horrible.
It's terrible. Quality control, but they're a big company as well. It's like, that shouldn't sneak through. It's like one of the things like, yes, people are only human. Things like this do happen.
Yeah.
But something like that, in the wrong hands, it's like I've had series boxes that have gone wrong. that they've got MOSFET chips in it.
Mm.
And the first thing is, all I keep thinking is, fuck me, I could have lost my nose, but thank fuck it happened to me because I know what the fuck to do if that's going to happen.
Mm.
Throw that fucker as far as you can, run the opposite direction.
Yeah.
But some people will literally stand there going, why
Yeah.
are they doing that?
And then within a couple of seconds, it's boom.
Terrible. Take it easy, Rob.
Yeah.
Best cheapest mech is
Catch you
without a
later,
shadow of
Rob.
the Dreamer.
Oh, hands down. Hands down.
Like, for the price, the build quality, the actual vape you get on it, beauty.
As
Beauty.
as much as I'm mates with Stan, that the Dreamer is fantastic, and I can't wait to get my hands on his new RDA because that thing looks awesome. The Ardent to me looks like a builder's dream. I love the look of the deck on it. It's just, yeah, I can't wait to build on that.
I've not really got anything that I'm really looking forward to at the moment. I was trying to think of something early on. I was like, is there anything that I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, cannot wait. And to be honest, the only thing that there was the dog pay. But then when I found out it was 8650s, I was like, bit of a letdown.
Yeah.
The last one I did get excited about was the Goon 25, which I'm happy with.
Yeah, nice RDA, the Goon 25. Mine's sat around somewhere.
Mine's always on the Apex. It's rare to get a decent 25mm RDA.
Mm. I mean, that for me was a shock when I bought that one, the Samo from Ceres Vape.
I love their Viking.
I'd heard of it, but I'd not really seen it, and I was looking at it at Expo, and I was like, that's quite a clever RDA, how they've done the deck with the post screws and the spring mounting underneath, and it's a very little clever system. And they were selling them so cheap, like 15 quid. I thought, right, I'll have one. And do you know what? I've probably used it every day since Expo.
Yeah, they're brilliant. A lot of their stuff, they're one of them companies that I'm waiting for them to just explode.
Yeah.
Because talking about cheap mechs, their Viking mech, I think you could pick them up brand new at a lot of vendors in the UK for around £40.
Yeah.
And they are solid, good little mechs. They do feel a little bit on the cheap side. They do come in a nice presentation box. A lot of people enjoy that sort of part of it. But for cheap mechs, I don't think you can really fault it.
I mean, the cavalry was a good mech as well that they did.
Yeah, but the cavalry felt like you was laying on tarmac.
Yeah, it wasn't fantastic quality, but it was still a decent performing mech for the money.
A daily workhorse, which a lot of people, that is all that a lot of people are after. There are a lot of people that do collect. I am one of them people. I do like shiny things.
Yeah.
See how long I can last before I break it. But things like, I think they're one of them companies. I think if their luck is right, more than anything, they will be one of them companies that I think will be big in the industry.
Yeah, they're gonna drop a product that's gonna blow the industry apart.
Yeah, I mean, I've got their pod system on the way for review. And so far, I don't watch any reviews until I've actually reviewed what I'm reviewing. But the general feedback from it so far seems to be nothing but positive. And I do like my pod system, I'm not going to lie.
That's the that's the round one, isn't it, from Ceres Vape, that round looking one. Yeah.
Looks like a Pog Slammer.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen some pictures that have gone up of it. I think Lee put some pictures up, didn't he?
Yeah. Bill made his first 3D printed mech tube. To be honest, Bill, if you can nail that, I will fucking buy one off you.
Yeah. Bill's a man of many talents. He has a lot of...
Jack of all trades, master of none, though.
Well, he has a lot of ideas in that head of his. Between Bill and Cowles, you know... I mean, Cowles...
Start up a vaping museum.
Oh, I mean, Cowles is an absolute genius when it comes to anything metal related. You know, Cowles builds the best, in my opinion, the best swivel system on the market.
Yeah.
I won't use anything else. I use it daily for production, you know, high speeds, and it never misses a beat.
Won't take too much work to finish it. Bill, 100%. A stacked 3D printed mech tube could be onto a winner there.
Something different, isn't it?
It is something completely different. You're definitely cornering that market. I can't see any company going, do you know what? We'll beat him to that.
Yeah. I can't see a company actually wanting to either, really.
No, it is a very, very niche market. Vaping is niche as it is.
Yeah.
There is a point to which is it too niche. I'll buy one anyway, Bill.
Arc marks on my battery.
He's probably using 5p's, Irish.
Knowing Bill, it needed to be full copper or full silver.
Probably full silver. Yep, solid silver, except the 510 plate.
There we go. It's amazing what a quick clean of your contact can do, isn't it?
I say it time and time again. I have a lot of people, because Oxford's quite a small place. You've been to Oxford.
Yeah.
You could pretty much walk Oxford in 2 hours. So all the vapers in Oxford all tend to know each other. And they all seem to, if there's any shitty problems, I'll get a phone call. 9 times out of 10, when it's mech related, it is always, have you cleaned the contact? Yeah, I'll clean the contact. Get a little rag and just clean around threads and then screw it back together and let me know, oh, it works now. So, yeah.
I think that's
so simple.
That's the best thing you can own in the world for mechs.
Yeah.
Fiberglass pen, quick brush on the contacts, round the threads, job's done. Takes you 5 minutes and you've got a perfectly working mech again. But one thing with mechs is like the people that use them that don't maintain them, and you think, God, how has something bad not happened?
Accidents waiting to happen, and then the problem is you'll have someone that is quite knowledgeable, and they'll be the poor fucker that will lose a finger.
Yeah.
Always away, and you'll have Billy no mates walking down the road with batteries loose in his pocket, vaping the bloody mech with no protruding 510, batteries torn to fucking shit, and they will be safe as houses for fucking years.
Yeah. Yep. And then you get the real enthusiast that uses them day in, day out, and has one tiny little thing go wrong. And
one general little mishap.
Yeah. And then that's the one that gets put in the paper, innit?
Always in the Daily Mail.
Yeah.
The old Daily Mail. Well, saying that, I did see a funny story earlier on. What was it? In California. A armed robbery. The police turned up, and to calm the situation down, they sent a robot in with a e-pen.
What?
He was demanding he's going to settle out to the petrol station, and to calm the situation, they went in with an e-pen. Not walked in, sent a robot in.
Oh my day, Jesus!
Only in America.
Yeah, well, I saw a video the other day about a prison guard in America. Where the prison that he worked in had banned all tobacco products completely. They banned smoking and everything due to second-hand smoke, which I think was more for the guards' benefits, not the actual inmates. And anyway, he was like, you know, inmates are coming in if they're on drugs or whatever, and they smoke. They may be coming in from a 2-pack a day habit to nothing. And he said, you know, anyone that's got an addiction to a substance, you're going to be a bit tetchy, aren't you, after that?
You're going to be an arsehole, basically.
So he came up with an invention of an e-cig that was safe to be used. And it was quite an ingenious little design. It was it was sturdy enough to be used, but soft enough so it couldn't be used as a weapon. The battery voltage in it was low enough that it couldn't be used to start a fire or anything like that.
Or make a tattoo machine.
Yeah, it was a genius little invention, and what he was doing, he was selling them to the prison, well, to that prison, his own one. He was selling them at like a cost price, and then all the profit that the prison was making, they were putting that into better facilities for that prison. And now there's multiple prisons all over America that are now using them. And they're not a refillable system. They're a disposable system, where it's just tobacco or menthol.
Yeah, no, pretty much what the States will be very soon.
But I don't know how long they last. He didn't say, but they come round and then they sell the inmate whichever one they want, and then they have to return the one when it's used to exchange it for another one.
Exchange it for a new one. See, things like that is true innovation within the industry. Things like that, there is a place for that in the marketplace.
Yeah.
Oh, I love things like that.
And there was
it probably tastes like shit, but
there was a bloke who was interviewing him. He was like, well, he said, the way I see it, he said, is you've designed this in order to benefit from it, rather than make it for the benefit of the inmates. And he said, well, no, I haven't. He's like, I've made it because I saw the need for it.
Yeah.
He said, because people may see it as that I've done it to make profit, but I've done it because it improves my safety at work. It improves my colleagues' safety at work, because inmates aren't off their head because they're dying for a smoke.
It's a brilliant thing. Brilliant idea. It will catch on 100%. And I will, hopefully, we'll see them over here soon. Yeah, like Tom said, Scotland are trying an e-cigs in prison soon. Yes, I've heard about that. It's the problem over here is they're not 100% sure what to give them.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it is things you've got to keep in mind, like voltage,
Yeah.
because they will make shit out of it.
Well, of course they will. You know, most people in this chat know I've been to prison. And yeah, you'll make anything out of anything if you can.
Yeah.
If it's something that's
time, more than anything.
Well, not only that, but if it's something that's essential for you to survive, then you'll do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when I was in there, the worst thing you could do was run out of matches. So I made a lighter out of a mop head. You know,
It works.
Yeah, you just get one of the strands off a traditional mop head, and you can make a lighter out of it. All you need is the flint system from a clipper lighter, and that spark will actually light the wick from the mop head. And then
Pop a little MacGyver, yeah.
Yeah, just stub it out, and then job's a good one. Lasts you ages.
Tom, I know people go to prison, they go to prison because they're fucking good in society and all that. But I wouldn't wish anyone, as an ex-smoker, to be locked in a room with nothing but a dual pod.
No.
I could think of nothing worse than that. If you've actually used one, you will know you get 5 puffs, the pod's empty. But the battery will run out before them 5 pods. They are in my eyes, the most pointless thing in the entire world. All the hoo-ha about all the teenagers are smoking Juuls, let them. They're not going to be fucking using it for very long because it'll be dead before they're gone. And don't give them so much pocket money. They can't buy another pod then.
Yeah. Yep, that's it, Matt. Exactly. Yep. And you're right, Bill. Yeah, necessity is the mother of all inventions.
Yeah, 100%.
Really.
It just because they thought it looks good.
If you want something and it's not there, you figure out a way to do it. You know,
my mother.
It's amazing some of the things that you see in prison that people will do in order to to make their lives better. You know, like I've seen inmates making a kettle from a light switch. You know, powering a radio from an LED strip light. It's fucking, it's crazy, absolutely crazy. People in prison cells are very intuitive.
Yeah. Well, touch wood, I'll never find that out personally.
Yeah, I can't recommend it.
My missus might next time she beats me up, but
yeah, I don't recommend it. I did 2 years inside, and it's not pleasant.
Yeah, Matt, it's one of them things. I don't like. A lot of people turn around and say, "Oh, prison's easy. You've got a TV, you've got an Xbox, blah 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 blah." I like going outside. So even if they give me a fucking 55-inch TV, an Xbox, a jacuzzi, because I can't step outside and go piss in the bush when I'm drunk, it's my worst idea of hell. It is living hell for me.
Yeah. I mean, people say all this, you know, they get tellies, they get Xboxes, blah, blah, blah. You may, in certain prisons, it's not a prison standard. You find... you find most...
Here's your key.
Yeah, I mean, you find most of those luxuries are more in the private prison sector. The prisons that are owned by Group 4 security and stuff like that. It's not the normal in the standard run-of-the-mill HMP. Not at all.
Tom, you say a bacon butty juice. I tried a chicken tikka masala juice, thinking it's going to be horrific. It smelled horrific, but to vape, it was actually quite pleasant. It fucking stunk, but it was quite pleasant. A decent, like, savoury juices. Everyone keeps saying, "Oh, I can't wait for them to do a savoury juice." I honestly can't, and I honestly am excited for it, because I just want a cheese on toast. I want nothing fancy, just a simple cheese on toast. The toast element's there, like jam on toast. The toast part's there, it's just a good cheese.
Yeah. I think savoury juices have their place in the market, don't get me wrong.
It's just, they just don't catch on.
No, but I think
you can't market them to look sexy.
I think it's certain things, the more simple flavours, like, you know, like a cheese on toast, like I know, a bacon butty, things that have a very distinct flavour but a very enjoyable flavour.
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to exactly sell something that's like a chicken salad sandwich here. That's not going to be a very nice juice, you know, or a tuna and sweet corn.
I could already hear it. There was far too much sweet corn in my tuna and sweet corny juice.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine the smell off the vapour from that one. I'd be like walking down Grimsby fish docks.
It will smell like most nightclubs on a Saturday night.
Yeah. And you're walking around saying, "Love, shut your legs."
Yeah.
You know, mind you, I only live 16 miles from Grimsby, so I'm not that far from the docks and everything. So it's, when you go over there, it's like, whoa.
It's what you should be acclimatised to it. The smell shouldn't interrupt you at all. You should enjoy it.
No, you never get acclimatised to it.
It's like where I am. Every now and then you get, because there's a lot of fields around where I am, so you get in like the summer, the cows are out, all the manure.
Yeah.
And it stinks. And the people, I see people walking around like they do not notice that the whole air smells of ripe shit. I do not understand people go, "Oh, you get used to it." No,
you don't. No. Oh, I mean, like where Matt is, he's down the road in Boston, which isn't too far from me, and around that area, it's all like cabbages and sprouts. That's all they grow, and it's such flat land, and you just get that whiff of cabbage and everything in the air. All it's all like, no.
Let's turn on my stomach thinking about it. The bog on Boxing Day. That's what I've got in my head.
Yeah, it's not great.
Tom, I'm telling you, by the end of the year, there will be a cheese concentrate. Yeah, rotten veg and shit. No,
Yeah.
you can keep that to yourself, Matt.
No. Well, it seems that this stream's held up, doesn't it? So I'm going to have to use this one next time. I'm going to have to
Save these settings.
Well,
Hopefully.
those settings will be saved, but I'll just have to redo all the splash screen to one that I was going to do, or try and figure out why Streamlabs wasn't connecting to YouTube, because I don't know. It should automatically connect, but
Just the Boston people.
yeah, that's really very true there, Tom. Yeah. Mind you, Spilsby's one of them places when you drive through Spilsby, when you come out the other side, you have to start counting your fingers to make sure you've not got an extra one or two.
You get mutated halfway through.
Yeah, there's a few inbreds around that area.
It's a bit like Swindon, that's down the road from me, and if someone turns around and says, oh, that's my missus, 9 times out of 10 it's their sister.
Yeah, Spilsby, you don't know if you're sleeping with your mother or your sister or your auntie.
Yeah. Lovely places, then. I do apologise now, anyone that's in Swindon, if there is anyone that's in Swindon. I know there isn't going to be anyone in Swindon because they ain't quite got the internet yet. But I do apologise.
Yeah, they're not quite all up to mod cons.
No, and we do have the better football team. I just want to point that out.
It's alright, I'm not a football fan, so. Mind you, living where I live, it's not surprising. You've got Lincoln City and Grimsby Town. You've already got a great choice, have you?
When I was a kid, it didn't interest me at all. It wasn't until I was old enough to drink that I was like, oh, I like football. Just because you sit there like that.
No, I've always been a rugby man.
Rugby, you're just chasing an egg.
But then I used to play rugby at quite a high level when I was younger, so.
With rugby, Oxford home with a one-way system. Yeah, not far wrong.
It's got a great traffic system, Oxford has.
And the best thing about it all is it's all limited to 20 miles an hour. So you get to see it very slowly. Rugby, it's just one of them sports I've never understood it. I do not enjoy it. It's just fat men running at fat men that women seem to absolutely love. I'm quite gangly. I'm not built for rugby at all. I would snap.
But to be fair, I mean, rugby's changed a lot over the years. I mean, when I was younger, it was a lot of fat blokes. Now, nowadays, the fitness of rugby players is ridiculous. You know, now they are officially full-time athletes. When I was playing, they weren't full-time professionals. They all had jobs. You know,
it was what Dave done in his spare time.
Yeah, it was basically.
He's playing rugby.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of the lads that played for England back in the day. You know, there was pilots, there was doctors, there was all sorts, and now they've got that dedicated daily routine of being a professional athlete. So the whole ethos has changed with the game. They're a lot more athletic than they ever were.
Yeah, and it also means I've got the same attitude as well, where take a picture of my dick, send it to a couple of women.
That's every.
Matt,
that's every bloke, though, isn't it?
With that comment, it pretty much does sum up football, but I enjoy it.
Yeah,
there is skill to getting touched the slightest and rolling 4 times across the floor and making it look believable. They should give out Oscars for it. I enjoy it, 100%. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like I always used to say. Football's a game for gentlemen played by thugs. Rugby's a game for thugs played by gentlemen.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's a lot better sportsman conduct in rugby than there is in football.
Like water polo. Tom, there's high intense fitness game of darts. The thing is, Darts. I never got into darts until 2 years ago. I remember being sat at my mate's house, waiting. I think his missus was coming back or something, and he put the darts on. I have never been so interested in something my entire life, and it was more intense than any World Cup qualifier, semi-final.
Yeah, I mean, thing is with darts as well, it's one of them. There's a lot of skill in it, a lot of skill, and a lot of time goes into having to practice. I mean, some of those guys practice like 5, 6, 7 hours a day.
Yeah. I have 5 minutes doing the same actions with my hand, and I've had enough. I could not do that all day long.
Well, whichever hand they throw with, they must have to wank with the other so the arms even up.
To counter it out, yeah. The Oscars. We're not going to get involved in the Oscars. Bill, I think you misheard what I said. There is no need for any dick pics. There is no need whatsoever for any dick pics. Because if I get any dick pics, I will just send more back.
I mean, I enjoyed darts. I don't watch it as much as I used to. And when I was younger, I used to play darts for a local pub. But
Play with Velcro darts.
yeah, Nerf. They're not allowed firearms in Spilsby. They all use Nerf guns. Right, shall we run for another 10 minutes and then call it a night?
Yeah, what time is it? Oh, I didn't realise that time.
Yeah, time flies, doesn't it? And next week we promise that it will all run smoothly from 9 o'clock.
I'm not going to promise that.
I will.
We're going to attempt to make sure.
Yeah, I'll make sure that the stream actually works.
And next week I will have more of a structured. There will be more of a structure to it. Tonight it was just get to know everyone. You will see me every week from now on, whether you like it or not. I apologise. If you don't, you can get a bit of tape and just stick it over the other side of the screen. Yeah, Bill, just because I enjoy it doesn't mean I want to send it. I enjoy reading other people's mishaps. It's human nature. You always like to see other people that are doing really well in their life, that have everything handed to them, fuck it up as quickly as possible. Wayne Rooney, he's my prime example of why I absolutely love the culture of football. He's got an alright looking missus. He's absolutely minted. So you go and sleep with some OAPs and pay for it. I just love little things like that in life. Makes me feel better about myself.
And then he's got a face like a slapped arse.
Exactly. And hair plugs.
Yeah. Wayne Rooney actually makes me feel good about the way I look.
I look like a god. If I stood next to him, I would look like a god.
And I know I can hands down say my missus is better looking than his.
Mine ain't. I'm not gonna lie.
Mine's a Danish beauty.
Ooh. See, I have problem with English girls understanding what I say, so I got no chance with a Danish girl.
I mean, she's English is a first language.
You lucky fucker.
She was born in Denmark, then spent quite a bit of her life over here, and then she moved back to Denmark. No, Bill, not sponsored by Crazy Wire. I just like to promote the company that I use. This was the old splash screen as well, so. But it will all be looking even and tidy for next week.
I'll have a shave. It'll be all start on a good foot next week.
No, Matt. Well, I don't know. I might be able to. I'll see if she can bring some over when she comes.
probably one thing I wouldn't mind reading that in the newspaper. Actually, Danish woman gets caught smuggling bacon into the UK.
Yeah.
See, we in Oxford we have a lot of chavs, and everyone always looks at them so negatively, and I always look at them. If you're not a chav, you are one up on someone. You are. It's a good way to look at your life and know that you are doing well in your life when you look at people like that. It's a bad way to look at life, but that's why I don't mind chavs everywhere.
Mm.
I still don't think I'm ever going to visit Spilsby ever.
It's like people take the mick out of me for watching Jeremy Kyle, right? But I always say watching Jeremy Kyle makes my life look amazing.
Yeah.
You see all them,
royalty.
yeah, you see all them fuck ups on there. You know, I've only got one tooth missing. They've got like half the mouth missing.
It's one of the things I love sick days off work. Like, I'm not gonna lie, you know, last week I was ill, I had man flu. I watched a lot of Jeremy Kyle. I'm not gonna lie, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
And it made me feel physically better.
it's great. Yeah, it certainly would, Bill. It'd be nice, wouldn't it, to be sponsored by him?
Yeah, Matt, that's the best thing. Not even that. It's before I do the job I do now, I used to be a tattoo artist. And I've seen quite a lot of my clients, my ex-clients, on Jeremy Kyle.
Mm.
And that's when you sit there and you go, I made some good life choices.
Yeah. It's one thing I would never stoop myself so low as to go on there. But watching it, that's a different story.
Yeah, it's the thing. There's the mentality of the people though. Like, it's like a badge of honor to a lot of people.
Mm.
I've been on Jeremy Kyle.
It's
just like,
it's the ones that have been on there multiple times, and you think, oh my god, why? Surely once is bad enough, let alone repeatedly going on there.
it's a free weekend away, isn't it? I suppose.
Well,
Free weekend away without kids.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the funny episodes are when you've got the ones like the infamous Julie King on there. I mean, God, she's been on there about fucking 20 times. And then I think her ex-husband's probably shagged all her daughters. Fucking...
Yeah, 100%. And they're all proud about it.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus, Bill. That's not a good day at the office. Not losing that amount of wire. Hope it got sorted out.
I hope there was a claim put in prompt with that.
Yeah.
It's one of them things though, like, Bill, you seem like a bloke that wouldn't get arsey and take it out on the company. It's horrible to say it, but it's just one of them things that happen every now and then. It seems to happen a lot more than it should happen.
Mm. Yeah, I think some people in the postal service just seem to know what's in certain packages.
Oh yeah.
Or they know how certain companies package their stuff, and they think,
certain companies have sent me packages for review, and certain companies I'm amazed it turns up because they plaster all over it what's inside of it.
Yeah, and their
all
brand and stuff. Yeah.
Fuck me. Yeah, my bag of Nick shots that got robbed from the post office. Yeah, this way you put your branding all over it, and it's £300 wet. Fuck me.
Yeah. I mean, I won't put anything on the outside of my packages to indicate that it's coils or anything. Not a chance.
Nope. Risking far too much.
And I'll be honest, touch wood, I've not had many issues. I've only had maybe one or two packages not turn up over the last year.
Bill, he probably has, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because the company Bill sent it through, they're now using self-employed couriers.
Yeah, that's a whole other subject.
Yeah. And Yodel can't even. Well, my Hermes can't even get hold of the person that was meant to deliver it now.
It'll be someone that worked with them. They was an agency worker, worked for them for a day, and now they don't know anything to do with them. Yeah, he's probably out doing around for them right now with a van full of Nick Clobber.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think. I think it's. I don't think companies are doing themselves any favours by putting their branding over stuff.
No, I mean I do. I make a point with a lot of companies I work with. Please stop putting. It's a nice touch when you do get a parcel where it's got their logo over it. It does make it a bit like it's a moment when you open that package and you know what's in there. But all I keep thinking is, Dodgy Dave has got a van full of fucking parcels like this.
Yeah.
Like saving up for fucking Christmas.
Yeah, and it only takes the postman or the courier or whatever to know what that company sells.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh, that's going to be blah, blah, blah. I'm having that. Just fucking cut my arm. What a bastard. Excuse me. Yeah, that's true, Matt. You just skip the post and just turn up at my door. I need coils.
Unannounced.
Yeah.
Tom, you know he's going to be checking now, constantly.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Irish, Matt's been to my house various times. So, I'm still breathing, so I'm alright. He hasn't poisoned me yet.
No, you've got a nanny cam just above your bedpost when the Danish comes round. But other than that, you're alright.
I'm glad she's gone to bed and she's not in this stream. She normally comes in me live streams, but she's had an hard day at school today, so.
That's cool, bloody how old is she?
27.
Ah.
It's an adult.
The student discount.
Yeah, the education system is very different over in Denmark than here. They have like specific adult education schools and stuff. Right, well, that's our past, so we're gonna knock it on the head for this week. I'd just like to thank everyone that's stayed in, even through all the technical difficulties. And hopefully next week it will all be good as gold, and we'll have a nice bit of structure to next week.
Hopefully.
Well, yeah, because we can have a VC call during the week and get a bit of structure to it.
Yeah.
So.
But thank you for inviting me on. It was a pleasure to meet everyone. A lot of people in there I do already know. It is nice to catch up with you all. I will see you every week. It will be the same time every week.
Yep. 9 o'clock every Monday. And hopefully we can get growing, and we'll hopefully have some giveaways and stuff to come along.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in talks with a company at the moment, so hopefully next week we can do a little juice giveaway, just to get the ball rolling. Just something to give back to you lot for being here.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I can always do the odd set of coils here and there and whatnot anyway. That's not a biggie for me. That's one reason why I want to get the Streamlabs one working, because it's got a built-in spin wheel. So you can take all the people in chat, put it in that wheel and spin it live on screen. So I'm determined to get that working. I will get Streamlabs working. So until
Tom,
next
you
week,
pretty much nailed it on the head. Between 9 and 10 every Monday.
Yeah. Cheeky bastard. So until next week, guys. I shall see you all later. It's a goodbye from me.
It was a goodbye from me.
And take care, everyone. Keep safe. And keep chucking them clouds.
Yeah.
Laters.
See you next week.